What's up there, Mac? Hey, baby. She's gonna get run over playing on the road like that. Ah, the Yukon. Could there be any place more intriguing to the teenage mind than what the Yukon was to me at age 13? As a teenager, my version of social media was in a print form. Mostly my school library and the copies of Outdoor Life and Field and Stream. And my influencers, if you want to call them that, were the writers and explorers with last names like O'Connor, Leopold, Mackenzie, and Sheldon. From those stories of northern hunts and exploration, my young mind crafted a list that I call the Before I Die list. And that list had 4 landscapes that I wanted to explore. Those 4 would be the Wrangels of Alaska, the Cassiars of British Columbia, the Yukon, and maybe someday the Mackenzies of the Northwest Territories. The species I chased didn't really matter in my dreams. It was the landscape and the adventure that I wanted, hoping to relive words written by those early writers and explorers. And I've been pretty lucky. My health has sustained long enough that I've recently hunted the Wrangels and the Cassiars. Both of those hunts far exceeded expectations that spent about 40 years fermenting in my mind. Now, on this trip, it's the Yukon. And as much as the landscape draws me here, the richness of this experience will be amplified by sharing it with 2 special people. Marcus Hockett and Michael Parente. They are the first and second employees hired in our operation. Marcus was with me both in the Wrangels and the Cassiars. His encouragement and his hard work is responsible for my only ram, a doll ram from the Wrangels. He was there in the Cassiars to record the unimaginable expressions as I took my dream animal, a majestic mountain caribou. And now, on this hunt, Marcus and I will have tags for those oversized members of the caribou family. Mountain caribou are the essence of my North Country hunting dreams. We're with a great guy who owns the outfit we've hunted with in the Cassiars, Dustin Roe. His crews are always mountain tested, personable, and ready to hunt hard. You want to know what I'm thinking, folks? I'm thinking I'm the luckiest son of a gun that ever landed on this planet. If you think I'm smiling outside, you should see me smiling inside, because this has been another one of my dreams. Here I am. 8 days, me, Marcus, and Michael, 2 guys who mean a lot to me, in a place that is really, really intriguing. This is an adventure for us. We've never hunted out of Argos. Well, we're about to, huh? We're here taking notes, fellers.
We'll learn you.
You'll learn us?
We'll learn you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
It's gonna be good.
It was really a lot of fun to think about doing something that I'd never done before. Let's do it. It's just crazy what these Argo trails are like. Some of them are old trails, they're all brushed in. Some of them have been used a lot and they got deep ruts, and even with these things you can get stuck at times.
Thinking about, doing that in Montana is just like that, you would never do that. But in the Yukon, there's no rules in terms of off-road travel in the low country, so you can just drive those things wherever you want. At one point, it's like really impressive what these machines can do and where they're taking us. At the same time, you're kind of tearing up the ground. So yeah, I'll always have mixed feelings about that, but in the end of the day, turns out they were very helpful. Not seeing any obvious bulls, but
yeah, they're standing feeding.
Yeah. Let's go, caribou. There's caribou in those mountains. Grant spotted some way up the drainage on the mountain. Pretty exciting. Have no idea what they are, but they're caribou.
The day we came in, another hunter had left. Andre had been out mountain caribou hunting with that hunter, and they shot a mountain caribou. And Dre said, you know, far away up in this back area, up on this ridge, I saw another herd and it looked like there was a good bull in there. We should go check that out first thing.
Nice bull.
And I don't know much about caribou. I haven't looked at very many of them, but this bull looks giant to me. I don't know, but I'm like, that's a big bull, right? And they're like, yeah, no, that's a big bull. One of you guys needs to shoot that bull.
I didn't want to tell Marcus this at the time, but if he wasn't going to shoot that thing, I was. I don't know if we got enough space on the wall back at the Fresh Tracks headquarters, but if Marcus gets hoofing on over there, he might just be needing some more wall space. We'll clean those scruffy little elk and mule deer out of there. And in classic Marcus Hockett style, he's like,
Randy, you should shoot that bull.
I'm like, I'm not shooting that one. I acted disinterested. If I didn't already have one that looked kind of like that, I'd be shooting it.
If you want to, if you want to look for something bigger, we don't have to go after him. Like,
I mean, if you don't want him, I guess we're...
No, I'd be so happy to shoot that bull.
Then you shoot him.
But we can also go look for different stuff. See what...
We can go do that tomorrow. We got 7 days. If you want that bull, you better go shoot that bull.
All right.
That was good because now the decision had been made that one of us, we're going to go try to kill that caribou.
Yeah, I definitely think we could take everybody up there. You can get around that side. We got the wind coming straight out of the south. Go around that mountain and come straight up above them, right up on top. We'll
shoot down, yeah.
Shoot down, get your pack, and you'll be shooting right down on them.
We had to make this great big trek up this valley, come up this crest with a cornice of snow, and then try to drop back down on them.
It was kind of reminiscent of a sheep hunt. It was steep, gnarly terrain, and we were trying to get above these caribou to get a good angle, have the wind right, and it was challenging. It was a good hike up there. Anyone
who's hunted animals that move a lot, which these mountain caribou do in the rut, you know that when you go out of sight of them, that's great, they can't see you, but they can move and you wouldn't even know. We climb up out of there and we get on the ridge and we're looking. Well, they're not where they were. Okay, we keep rolling to the next ridge and the next ridge and the next ridge. We spend a few hours up there and just could never turn them up. We're gonna get down to the Argo and they're just gonna be standing exactly where they were. Eventually we just sat down, had lunch and hung out, and it really started to soak in where I was at that point, just being in the middle of nowhere in the Yukon in the mountains. Like, this place is wild. It is so cool.
No sign of them here, and we've done this across the mountain, trying to move our way down. Can't see them. They've either dropped into this, fed this way, or they may have fed below where we came up and fed that way. All we can do is keep searching. Maybe we're just working our way back to the Argo and looking that way, and maybe they are just kind of hidden in a fold that we can't see them, but that's caribou hunting. They move a lot.
There's a little group, I think saw 8 caribou in the next mountain over. And a nice bull, but it doesn't look quite as big as the one we saw here. So good. We're not running over there right now.
I've known Marcus long enough now. He's, started working for us in 2015. He's employee number one. When Marcus is determined, nothing's gonna get in his way. He's gonna accomplish the goal. It's raining, visibility is really bad, but we're gonna go up here where Marcus stalked the one we saw and then they ghosted us. We're gonna find him, and by noon, Marcus is gonna have him laying on the deck.
We're right at the knob where we first spotted those caribou with a big bull yesterday, but can't see them, so we're gonna move up, it sounds like. I'm excited that they live at the tops of the mountains because it just makes me happy to be on tops of the mountains.
So we keep going up to the next bench where you could glass from and park the Argos and walk around this little flat.
Let's do it.
I can't remember who said it. Well, there's a group right there. And everyone turns their optics to that spot, and sure enough, it's the same group.
They're not too far, honestly, from where we saw them yesterday, just down in a cut. But Dre spotted him over there, and we'll have to come up with a plan, probably the same plan as yesterday.
After they had moved yesterday, we were like a little worried about the time in which it takes us to get there. And so we were just like, man, they're there right now, they're in a good spot. If we can get above them, or if we can get the wind right, we have a good play. Well, we're gonna make a stalk. Got a little ways down, a little ways up.
A lot of ways.
Pretty steep.
I knew that with 5 of us, one, it's gonna take, forever to get up there. And it's gonna be really loud, really visible. I just made the call. I'm like, Marcus, you and Dre go kill that thing.
Super steep. You're just going through the brush, getting whacked in the face. Had the trekking poles and it's just getting tangled and everything. So I collapsed the trekking poles, throw them on my pack, and just grabbing the brush, just pulling yourself up the mountain. And once we get up on top, it is just howling. The wind is just going nuts. This sideways rain, it starts snowing a little bit. Ray was just like, he was just in go mode. He's like, we gotta find these caribou. And so he's just kind of like, looking over this edge, looking over this edge. Started to feel like a real mountain hunt. It was pretty awesome. So we were circling around, trying to get above these caribou.
Through our spotters, we can see them. They're glassing down here, and they're glassing down there, and glassing down here. Okay, they're on the move. Well, they're heading over the ridge. I've watched a lot of stock from afar. Watching this stock was the most exciting of any. Michael, Grant, and I shared our own play-by-play commentary as we watched and filmed this stock through our own spotters. They're at the elevation. They just got to look to their right. Caribou still sitting there, Michael. Dre seems to be looking right at him.
The guys see them, they're getting set up.
They're moving.
Alright guys, hustle across and they're gonna have a shot.
Did the caribou move?
They're moving, yeah.
Oh, Marcus is laying down.
They're moving.
Oh, no.
Once they get, they're gonna be out in the open in that dish and they'll be above them and they'll have a much better vantage point shortly.
Those guys are right out in the scree slope now.
And so eventually we get set up and it's just a waiting game.
looks like they're just watching.
And at this point, I can see just the tops of the bull. And they're not paying attention to us, so I'm feeling pretty good about the situation. We're only 60 yards away from these things at this point.
Moving.
Bull's acting weird.
So I'm sure Randy, Michael, and Grant are just like freaking out watching this happen because like caribou are spotting us and we're super close. I'm not shooting, but I just didn't have a clear shot.
Yeah, there we go.
Bull's down.
Nice. Way to go, Marcus.
Shot again. You could hear the boom and the thwack.
Bull down.
They're still watching him though. Is the bull down?
Yeah, the bull is down.
Wow, boys. That was amazing.
And so we were all excited because it was just, it was like sitting there watching a game unfold. I mean, it was one of the more exciting things I've ever sat on a mountain and watched, was someone who you really appreciate, who you know is a true mountain hunter like Marcus, and to watch him go and pull off a stalk like that on such a beautiful bull. It was really, really cool.
Place to kill one too. Thanks, man. Woo.
That's a beautiful boo.
Yeah.
Ass on him.
Thank you. I'm walking up on that thing. His antlers are just insane.
Look at those bezzes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That is crazy. They're so wild and they're just such a pretty animal, and like to be in that landscape and see where they're living, and like just super cool to see.
Couple pounds.
Yeah. I think.
Beast. How you doing?
Great. Great. Just, repeat David Goggins quotes while we're packing stuff
Yeah.
up.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Man, you guys earned that one.
That's
Right here. Way
Thanks,
to
man.
go,
Oh, that was awesome.
Awesome.
Pancakes for the boys.
Yeah, there's 2 there at least.
Marcus and Dre are going to get the rest of his meat and antlers and cape and everything out. And then me and Michael and Grant, we're driving up the valley here and we're gonna find Big Hank.
We got little Hank on the hill right up here.
Well, Hank, right from the parking lot, huh?
He's pretty little.
Where is he, in the middle of
Right
your...
in the middle there.
Hit the long and dusty trail.
We'll call you when we see Big Hank. Okay.
All right.
So Dre and I go back in there. Sun was shining. It just was type 1 fun, good old-fashioned fun. We just went up there, got the rack, got the rest of the meat. It was a breeze. It was still bushwhacking, still super steep, but I love it.
Nice rack, Argo, man.
Grant's really good at stopping on every high knoll and stopping the Argo, and we just get out and we just glass. Go to the next high knoll, get out and glass. And that's really accommodating to my style of hunting.
There's a bull.
Ooh, boy, the one in the upper left?
Yep.
He's straight away, so it's hard to tell, but he's wide. We gotta go get a closer look at this guy. He's about 2 miles away. If we could cut a mile off it, he might be one we gotta inspect. The main Argo trail that goes through this country goes right underneath the mountain that they're up on. Oh my gosh, he was as big as I thought he was.
He's bigger than he looked back there.
The second impression of this bull is way more compelling than the first view. Maybe I'm seeing things. He's got these unbelievable, they call them the bez, the point that comes out like this. Couldn't tell what his shovel was, but his frame just went way up and way forward and palmed out. Like, whew. Grant, I know it's only day 3, but I would really like to try shoot that bull. Big Hank is on the mountain. And it's just nasty. It is absolutely terrible nasty.
We get above this tree line here, we might have a look across towards him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're going and going, and I'd marked the Caribou on my map, and we're starting to get close, almost to their elevation. One thing I learned yesterday from watching Marcus's stock, and is reiterated today, is how different it looks when you get up there, get here. And just if we pop over just because we can't see them, doesn't mean they're not there. We gotta really keep our eyes peeled. It's about an hour, hour and a half now, and we finally get up on that bench. We're in full stock mode at this point. We're easing forward, easing forward. All of a sudden he stops and he pulls up his binoculars and he's like, over there. And he points like up higher and further away. I'm like, oh no, don't tell me they're moving away.
They haven't gone far from where they were, where we seen them last, so that's great. They're probably only 50 yards up from where they were bedded before. We're about 250 yards out from them right now.
I'm getting pretty excited at this point because now in my binocs I can see this bull, and he is bigger than I thought he was. And the cows are kind of looking our way, but they're like, ah, nah. You on him, Michael?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
And so I'm just laying there waiting for those cows to move. And I see the other cows start filtering away out of sight over the ridge behind him. I'm like, oh no, if he turns, this is not good. When those cows clear, I'm gonna shoot.
You rocked him. You rocked him.
He's down.
He's down. He's not going anywhere. He's feet up in the air now, boys. That happened quick.
Oh my gosh, Randy Newberg.
Thank you so much, buddy. Michael, great job, man.
That was so sick.
Yeah, really, Michael.
That was so sick.
I am so thankful that those cows were there when I first laid down. I'm like all over the place. I'm like, breathe, Randy, breathe. If you let me cast a script, I don't know that my imagination could script something this classic, this beautiful, this exhilarating. I don't know what to say, folks. Look at this amazing place. Everything I came here for, Marcus shoot a great bull on a great stock that was like sheep hunting. That's Marcus's style. For me, I'm more of the slower, methodical, deliberate guy. And so Grant was just my style. It's so big. He is exactly what I wanted. Oh my goodness.
That's a sweet goal.
Standing there, just looking at this caribou, and I looked around. It seemed like a dream. It seemed so unreal that it's something I dreamed about, hunting the Yukon for so long, that I'd get to do it in the way that it unfolded on such a magnificent animal with people who mean so much to me.
Congratulations, Randy.
Grant, thanks so much.
I know how much this hunt means to you and how much it means to you coming up on these adventures. Super grateful to be on this hunt with you guys and to spend it with you, Randy, and you, Michael, and Marcus.
How you feeling?
I feel great. We're almost wrapped up here.
Woo! Look at that thing! Holy cow! Oh, he's so wide.
Holy cow! Like, I thought my caribou was big.
Wow. Wow. Look at the bezzes on that thing.
To be able to help with the pack out, it was pretty special.
Marcus is taking the boo and a load of meat.
Unfortunately, this would poke Michael in his nice little seat in the Argo, so we're gonna take it in our.
Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah, that is crazy.
You guys had a good couple days.
Yeah.
Dream. Make those dreams come true. And then if you can go do it with people you care about and who care about you, it is going to be an experience that you'll cherish the rest of your life. Having filled both caribou tags so early, I was content to spend the rest of this hunt just chasing grouse or ptarmigan. Little did I know that Dustin and my great guide, Grant, were conspiring. Dustin Roe, who owns Caesar Lake Outfitters, he came up yesterday and handed me a moose tag. I looked over to Grant and asked, "What's up with this? I didn't sign up for a moose hunt." He explained that it's too late to sell the hunt and, it'd go to waste otherwise. You can see how thick it is. Grant suggested we come down here by this river. Most of the moose come down near the river because that's where the cows hang out during the rut. So we've traveled 15 miles maybe from camp. The idea is you just climb up these little high spots and you call, see if you can hear something. But I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing what Grant told me to do. Grant's idea was, let's go get a couple of the Argos in the trailer. Let's get them down to the trailhead where I think if we go up there, it's not been hunted all year. If there are any moose, we should probably be able to find them in there. So day 4 really was a prep day for day 5. It's gonna be a lot different hunting tomorrow. We're jumping on the Argo, then we're going way, way back in this big valley. Well, along comes day 5. It's nice and crisp. Get up, turn on the truck, 21 degrees. Oh yeah, moose hunting weather. This is the first serious day of moose hunting. We're gonna hunt moose seriously today, tomorrow, and the next day. We got ourselves a freshly conditioned Argo that Marcus is driving. So we're heading way back into bush, and we're gonna try to call up a moose. Well, we stopped and did some calling, and it was really thick, really tall, thick spruce. You really didn't have a lot of areas where you could see. So you make a series of calls, 20, 30 minutes later, you make another series. And so each stand becomes an hour, hour and a half of just sitting there and listening.
Like if you're calling, do you usually hear a bull coming just because like going through the brush? Like,
yeah, sometimes for sure. Like if they're within a few 100-yard vicinity.
Yeah.
If there's willows, he'll be raking the willows as he's coming.
Gotcha.
Kind of showing off his antlers and grunting along the way. If there's a big bull hanging around here and the rut's on,
yeah.
I mean he's probably gonna want to come check us out.
This is a really cool spot. The real question is, how many moose are still up in these higher valleys? All the people you talk to say, oh no, they go down to the rivers during the rut, and I know we're at the tail end of the rut, so hard to say. Guess you don't know till they come and look and you come and call. Grant, he's like, that big knob up there, I bet you we can see this entire valley where everything comes together. I'm like, all right, let's get hiking. I told Grant, I see that you're kind of thinking that maybe this is a spot we should spend the day. He's like, yeah, that is what I'm thinking. It's decided that Michael will take Marcus up the hill to do an interview, and I'll stay down with Grant. So they go up the hill just a little bit, and I walk over to Grant, and he's like, did you hear that? And then all of a sudden, I hear, Grant's like, that is a bull moose coming in. I can guarantee it. So I go running up the hill. I'm like, get down here, because we need cameras if this bull moose is coming in. And Marcus and Michael come running down, and Marcus is like, oh, there he is right out there.
He's got a lot of points. He's a nice looking bull. Yeah. I would say if we're gonna shoot a bull, we shoot him.
I'm on board with that. And the bull stops and looks at us, and then, and he just takes off like with these long gangly legs just coming towards us. And Michael's like, Randy, I think you better get your rifle ready.
We gotta go kill this thing.
Man, if he comes to that opening right below us, depending on where he ends up, I could move around this little ledge here and maybe get an opening that I could shoot through.
He's gonna be shooting for 300. Tell me.
You can shoot whenever.
Complete broadside. What do you got him, man? 300 right there. If he stops on that sandbar, I can get him. Got a tree in my way, damn it.
Just wait, he'll come in.
There he is.
This had to happen because if that bull got any closer, he's going to be in such thick brush, I'm not going to get a shot.
Ready?
Got a tree in my way. And I can just see right here. And I know he's hit. I know he's not. He's probably dead on his feet.
I got trees in my way.
I'm trying to get a shooting lane, but he's moved a step or two and I have no shooting lane. So I'm hopping around, running back and forth.
He's down.
That was fun. Congratulations. Yeah, right on, man. I'm just excited for this.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. Thank you, guys. Bonjour. Very much so. As we packed up for the 30-plus hour drive home, a reality struck that with my 59th birthday just a couple weeks away, this is likely my last and only time in the Yukon.
Meat for days. So far, it's only meat in the truck.
And I've felt this before. I felt this same heavy feeling when the plane lifted off the lake as we departed the Cassiars. I felt it when we crossed the last pass hiking out of the Wrangles with a ram on my back. I guess I could go on and on. I could pretty much insert any hunt of the last 10 years where I've had this same feeling. This heavy feeling is a realization imposed by Father Time. There's no getting around it. We see it in the mirror each day. We feel it in our joints as we heft packs of meat. And we see it in those less fortunate whose health has depleted too soon, or worse yet, whose time here has expired. As the years pass, and I know my hunting life gets closer to its unknown end, each hunt comes with this strange, heavy feeling. I know the number of trips in my front windshield are far less than what's in my rearview mirror. Yet I also know that if you do it right, once is good enough. And on this trip, we did it up right. I'm kind of thankful for this realization, as heavy as it seems. It gives me cause for gratitude and thanks. Thanks for my family who supports my dreams. Thanks to the wonderful crew we have. And thanks for the people who I share these wonderful times with and those who make it possible. Thanks to be born in America. I only let this realization stick with me for a short time. And then, like all hunters, my mind quickly transitions to planning the next adventure, the next landscape, and the next camp with people who hold a special place in my heart. I'm a hunter. I can't change that. It is who I am. And through a hunter's lens, I was fortunate to see the wild Yukon. I got to smell it, to breathe it. I even got to taste the wild Yukon. And now, after 10 days here, a part of the wild Yukon lives within me.